Greetings and salutations, imaginary audience. I introduce myself as Triple Question Mark, also known as Marcus. And today, tonight, this morning, this afternoon, this evening, wherever, I will be going on a bit of a rant about The Walking Dead. And there will be some spoilers. So I'm going to talk about something else for a moment and let you go away if you don't want to have that spoiled for you. Did you know that the word buns originally meant a reference to butt cheeks before it was used to talk about bread? You didn't, or maybe you did. I find it fascinating. So, now that we have the nice little bit of information about buns out of the way, that I'm sure you were just dying to hear today, just sitting at home thinking, what came first, buns, the bread, or buns, the cheeks? But now you know. So, there is a quote-unquote villain known as Negan, and his organization of people called the Saviors. And I'm just here to tell you that, well, Negan is not the villain. Nope. This Negan is not the villain, and the Saviors are actually doing exactly what the name would imply. They're saving people, or they would be. But of course, Rick and the gang have to mess it all up. So I'm going to defend my opinion here a little bit. See, The Walking Dead is happening in a world where everything is pretty much gone to heck. And, you know, I know I said heck. I don't actually know if I'm allowed to swear or if there's a rule against that. So I'm not really going to swear until I know for sure. Anyhow, yeah. So the world's gone to a state of chaos. And everyone is just, wanting to do their own thing. And up to now, Rick and the gang have not been that great, to be quite honest with you. They've been messing a lot of things up. They have. But Negan and his saviors are actually trying to save the world. Yep, they're actually trying to save the world. By bringing an order and bringing stability. And the best way to bring stability is to control it temporarily. There's a saying, too many chefs in the kitchen, right? Something like that. And that's what that is. Negan is trying to make sure that everyone works for him. Because if everyone works for him, then he can control what people are doing. And not everyone is fighting for power anymore because he's got the power. And if he has the power, then everyone can strive towards the end goal of actually being a society again, which is what they should all be focusing about instead of just straight up survival. I mean, survival is useful, but if you're only just going to be surviving, then at that point, The Walking Dead is just going to be about how humanity became just a bunch of animals, which some might argue we already are, depending by, based off what we do and whatnot. But yeah, so, Negan is not a villain. Negan is a hero, or he would be, but he's not allowed to be a hero because Rick and the gang don't let him. They want their little freedom because they think that they're the heroes. They think that they can, get all the stuff and keep all the stuff without having to share. Or they share by we're helping people, but they're not. They're only making things worse. And because they keep on disobeying, Negan keeps on having to enforce the will. And there's just a lot of fighting. And it makes him look bad because Rick is just being, a tool. And the saviors aren't really given the time to do what they need to do. And at the end of it all, I'm not going to spoil too much, I guess. So I won't say how that ends. But all I could say is that it would have gone a lot better, a lot faster if Rick and the gang had just let the saviors and Negan do what they need to do.
So I suppose I'll end this video by saying goodbye, imaginary audience. I introduce myself as triple question mark, also known as Negan. And have yourselves a lovely evening.